What does your morning routine look like?
So I wake up, I journal.
What time?
Between 5:30 and 6.
In the afternoon?
Okay.
In the afternoon?
No.
I'm sure that works US
never.
hours, so it's close to me.
Never wake up late. Never wake up late. So I journal. I've got a book that I'm doing. It's called The Purpose of Life, which is a whole Bible study thing. So I do that, and then
Who's that by?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Go to my phone, I can share it.
Okay.
And then I go to gym, and then I'll work again. I'll do some of my courses, my ebook. I'm working on a few brands at the moment, so I do that. And I watch the sunset and go for a walk in the afternoon.
Got it.
That's my routine.
What's the since you've got a connection with God, and what does God mean to you?
It's hard because God was just put on me as a child. I went to a very Christian school, so it was smothered on me, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not doing this whole thing. And obviously going through the whole recovery process, I always had like a higher power. I just wasn't unsure of where this higher power was or what the meaning behind higher power was. And I think a big thing I learned is it's whatever makes you and your values stronger. So I started doing a lot more spiritual things with my mother, and sharing like a lot more things with her. And I think when I started just believing that there is a higher power or somebody out there that's looking out for me, things in my life started changing. So, you know, I started seeing things with like divine timing. Certain things in my life just started happening, and I was like, is that normal? Is it not normal? And I think just having a bit more faith in somebody higher than yourself and not just always in yourself is a piece of my spiritual or higher power, what I would call God in my life.
Yeah, it makes me think about, thanks for sharing. And I think about RFK Jr., who talked about his connection to God. A lot of which were like coincidences that couldn't be coincidences. And I think it's interesting when you look at just things happening that are, I know that's been a factor in my life for sure. So, yeah, that's deep. What about, what would be your top passion? What makes you feel most alive in life? What lights your eyes up?
Helping other people. If I can make someone else happy, or if I can just see someone else smile, it makes it even makes me cry. But yeah, making other people happy, it just takes a piece of my soul. I guess it also comes from when I didn't have it. When I was in a big struggle of my life, I didn't always have someone to count on. So if I can be that person to someone else, it means a lot. And that makes me happy.
That's awesome. Can you tell me about a time, maybe in the past year, where like you were helping someone and then it made you cry, or it really touched you?
Oh, it happens often. I cry all the time, actually. I'd actually say last week, I was sitting with a friend and he opened up to me a little bit about his life, and we both just burst into tears and gave each other a hug. And you don't even realize sometimes how you don't really know someone until you have a conversation, and everyone actually has some sort of a story to tell. And I was quite shocked that he had been through a lot of things that I'd been through, and I've never seen him like that. So we both it was actually sunset in Bali. We were chatting about it, we both burst into tears, gave each other a big hug, and I was like, oh, at least if I can share that, or it's good for someone else.
What do you think was the shift or the catalyst that led to emotions waterfalling down in this beach sunset scene?
It's a bit of a personal thing.
High view.
Hey?
High view or pass?
What do you mean? What is it?
What's like a high view, or you can just pass as a not answer. Let's keep.
Yeah, I'd rather pass.
Okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep going here.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Protect the innocent.
Yeah.
If you had a time machine, let's say rather than the DeLorean from Back to the Future, you had like a pink scooter time machine that could take you to any age in time. You could set it to the year. What age would you go back to talk to yourself, and what advice would you give yourself? I can sing the Back to the Future song while you're thinking. Don't even.
You know what? I don't have any regret. Would I do it all over again? Probably. But would I probably change a lot of the things I did? Yes. And I think the biggest thing or the advice that I could give my younger self, which I would never ever, or let's say I'd never want my parents to hear this, is listen to your parents. They're actually not as bad as they seem. And trust your gut. I think a lot of things in my life I didn't trust my gut. And if I'd gone back in time and trusted the feelings I had, I should probably have listened to them.
Do you think you would listen to yourself?
Probably not. But
What age, I'm sorry?
well, between the ages of 17 and 25, hard years of my life, and sometimes wish I listened to people when they try to help listen to my parents on the